Is it yours? Yeah.
This is Lowe's, Creek Longer and separate panels.
Town attorney, and 3 days later, I got a residential house. 3 weeks maybe, and I'll get a different answer from the planner the day if I get a different plan.
Well, it's been slow down.
If you tell Stephen on the other end that he's like, no, that can't be, I'm telling him. It's in every one of those positions.
Yeah, you think if there's hangers on it, there's another one. Someone runs the track.
You don't get a paycheck.
Oh, okay. Hey, will this double my paycheck?
I wish.
That's what I'm saying, that's why I'm eager to sign it.
That's the only reason he can. Wait a minute. You've been gone for the last 2 months.
I was gone 1 month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
You people didn't show up last month either.
I got
Who's pen? I was, this is it, for this month, just the 4 of us. I was afraid we might not have a quorum today. How's your wife doing?
Good, good.
Where's Charlie?
Charlie is having surgery done on his foot.
Again?
Yeah, well, now they're taking the plate out.
Oh,
And apparently it's not doing well with the plate in there, so they need to take it out. And then we'll see what happens.
Saw you on Facebook with your grandbaby hugging.
Oh, that is such an old picture.
Is it?
That
How's
is,
it keep, how's it keep circulating?
that's 15 years old, that picture.
Okay, so the grandbaby's 15 years old now?
16.
16? Well, you look better.
somebody just wants to go.
Yeah.
Well, they're not falling apart. Remember the old ones? They were all like.
These are beautiful chairs, I love
They
them.
work comfortable.
I love them. Do,
These aren't
These
beat.
are really stiff though.
does the
need to be
public
broken
get
in.
new chairs, or are they with the same old,
These are brand new.
the
No,
public?
don't ask them.
No, those are.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the October meeting of the Citrus County Aviation Advisory Board. Thank you all for coming. Sorry we couldn't have a meeting last month. Some of us were gallivanting around Iceland, and others had various other reasons for not being able to attend. So here we are in lieu of. If I could ever get everybody pleased to stand and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, this is a regular meeting of the Aviation Advisory Board, this 9th day of October 2025. In attendance, we have Chair Heiko Kallenbach, Board members Carl Douglas Flanagan, Mark Klingel, Gene Davis. Also in attendance is Todd Regan, Aviation Project Manager,
And
and Hannah Petty, recording
thank you very
secretary.
much. Thank you. Members of the board, has everybody had a chance to review the meeting minutes from 2 months ago?
Yes.
Anybody have an issue with them? If so, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
I would make the motion.
Second.
Carl, second by Gene. Discussion? That's a beer. Who was it? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you very much. So the meeting open to the public. Anybody have any comments they'd like to make? Any issues they'd like to bring forward? On aviation-related topics, it says. We're limited to that, sorry. No, no Gator football discussion. Nothing. Andrew, come on. Okay. Nice to see you again, by the way. All right then, fine. On to new business. Honorary member.
I just wanted to put that on the agenda just to kind of just talk about a little bit, have a discussion on what that role, what that means to the board, and how to move forward with that in case that does become an option.
Yeah, yeah. So we've had the option for an honorary member, or I assume that could be plural, in our bylaws for some time. I'm not aware that we've ever had an honorary member. We had an idea for one at one point, but that did not move forward. And so it's really just a reminder that if there's somebody that we think we'd like to see join us, not in an official capacity, but in an honorary capacity, that's certainly something that we or the county have the ability to do, to move forward with. Expiring terms. All good things must come to an end. And the current term, Hannah, who do we have expiring?
So Carl Douglas Flanagan, George McDonald, Gene Davis, and Charles Carr are all expiring 2026. We are accepting applications until November 13th. And then the new terms will start January 31st and go into 2028. If
Mark,
anybody would like an application, let me know, and I will bring extras or go get some.
you and I could be the only ones left, depending on what the big board decides.
Well, we
Jeff?
have to worry about meetings, no quorum.
Gentlemen, get your applications in early and often.
I did bring some for you guys today as well.
So you don't have to roll.
And would somebody take the initiative, please, to let George and Charlie know of their need to reapply if they are indeed interested in continuing?
I will send them an email with an application.
Thank you. And yeah, anybody else that's interested, this is something that we have no authority to do anything. We listen to what the public has to say. We listen to what the county has to say. We are, most of us pilots, some of us highly experienced, others lots of time in general aviation. And the board absolutely listens to what we have to say. And there are many things that we recommend that the board then does. But as such, we're simply an advisory board to the folks that make the decisions. So, for some people, that's just really not enough. And I certainly understand that. To others, with no authority also comes arguably a little bit less responsibility. So we don't ever get stopped in supermarkets and why aren't you doing this? So, and really, anybody that's got input that would be interested in taking part in this, we'd love to have your application. Typically, what happens is it goes to one or two of the board members. Holly Davis is the experienced pilot on the Board of County Commission, and she normally reviews the applications, and she'll typically work with us and with Todd and various other people to come up with the best candidates, and those people then are recommended to the Board of County Commissioners, who then votes, yes, these people are good, or no, we'd rather have somebody else. And then that is expected to take place December 4. And then after that, as Hannah said, the February 1, January 31 is the start of the next term. That's all I have to say about that. Todd, I understand you're going to be taking long weekends henceforth.
Yep, some new hours for me. I'll be working Monday through Thursday from 7 to 5:30. So I, of course, will always be reachable via phone. If you need to get in touch with me in a type of emergency.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to you. Becoming more and more like the French all the time. For better or for worse.
Well, that's 36 hours, right?
Maybe if we had a good vineyard in town, that would, or top-notch vineyard, I should say. Not to say that what we have is bad, but
Squeeze in a siesta, too.
that's a whole different country. The sinkhole at Crystal River, anybody been to Crystal River lately? There's a big old hole at one end of the runway.
All right, so sinkhole at Crystal River, we're moving as fast as we can. I was able to secure a grant with FDOT, which is the reason for why it's taken so long. So this job it's going to cost about $138,000. I was able to get a grant for $157,000 in case that we end up using more grout to fix this sinkhole. We have Tierra on board, ready to go. That'll be doing our QA/QC, monitoring the grout work and testing. And then Superior is also going to be helping out with the asphalt repair. And they're also standing by, ready to go. So instead of spending that much money, we're saving the county. We're only spending about $31,000. So, yeah, more to follow with that. Try to get that repaired as quickly as we possibly can.
So I have heard that the board has been called to meet 9 a.m. Tuesday.
Correct. A special setting or meeting is a special session is will be had.
And so when do you estimate work will be able to begin?
As soon as that grant is signed, it goes back to FDOT, and then I'm waiting on them for their final approval. Once I have that in hand, I'm hoping within a day or two. I'm sure I'll be bugging my contact over there until I get that grant approved. As soon as I have that, off to the races.
So theoretically, work could begin next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how long will it take altogether?
A couple days.
That's it?
That's
We don't have to wait for the underground cement to dry?
That's where the unknown starts to, because Crystal River is just filled with, karst area. So there's a lot of sinkholes. So as we start pumping grout into that sinkhole, we're not really going to know until it could be more or less than what was actually quoted. But I'm hoping just a couple of days.
We think just a couple of days. So in theory, in 2 weeks' time, we could be totally done, in theory?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any spelunking to be done in that sinkhole in the meantime?
Hope it's not that big.
Might be fun. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else on that? Fiscal budget 2026.
Okay. All right.
So what we got did not include that budget. So seeing attachments is not necessarily.
Handed it out.
It does
Paid
now.
down.
It does now.
Oh.
Yeah, at the time,
Oh,
at the time I didn't have it.
Yep.
Now I do.
excellent.
So this one in front of the board, this was what was approved. And do you want me to go down through each line item?
Just in general, this is not the county's total budget? Is that true? This is the aviation department's budget?
Yes, sir. For Crystal River and Inverness Airport are separated. We did that beginning of fiscal year '25, and that's so that we can accurately count our ducks, if you will, and
Got it.
keep track of each airport separately.
And going back to the question is, have we got revenue or estimates?
I can bring the reports next time.
That's fine.
But I do have numbers if you want that. That helps if you want them right now.
Just the next time's fine.
Okay.
Anybody else have any comments about the budget?
No.
Okay. I mean, I can tell it's a budget because it has numbers in it. But outside of that,
Okay.
I guess the big question is, what are we able to do that we wanted to do? And what are we having to leave to another year because we don't have the money?
Well, as of right now, it looks like the things that were postponed from last fiscal year are on this fiscal year's budget, so that's a good thing.
Okay?
Painting and hangers and seal coat. But besides that, the extra things that we're doing, one of we'll talk here in about a minute, the next item, which is the electrical retrofitting for the T-hangars, both at Inverness and at Crystal River. That was added. Purchasing some new runway closure signs, because we only have a pair, and they're at Inverness most of the time, but instead of going back and forth, we need to have a pair at Crystal River as well.
Okay,
And Point is a good example right now is with the sinkhole.
right,
So,
right. Were you ever able to find out anything more from FDOT or at the FAA as to whether or not we're indicating that part of the runway is closed correctly?
I haven't had time to look into that yet, but it is a top priority of mine.
Okay. All right, thank
It's
you.
for that temporary displacement.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Anybody, anything? Okay, electric meter retrofit, do tell.
All right. So this was one of the initiatives that we were talked about when I first came on board was trying to have one gang electrical meter for the hangars, get that burden off of the tenants. They don't have to worry about a connection fee. I think it's about $38 at Crystal River, just to have electricity. So we would have a gang meter for each hangar. The county would absorb the bill, and so the tenant doesn't have to.
Okay. I think that's a great idea. Questions?
So with that in mind, Todd, is that the same for Inverness as well? Is Inverness set up like that to begin with?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, thanks.
On to old business then. Fair market value appraisal, looks like we're done.
We are.
Okay, and what happens to this appraisal now?
Well, we have it on record, and it's still we're still reviewing it. It's a lengthy, both documents. One's 180 pages, the other one's 140, I believe. And it's an all comprehensive report. Going through it right now and seeing how to plan for the future, whether that's for the tenants, the land use, and things of that nature.
And I assume that's something we hold fairly close to the vest because we'll be using that in negotiations with various businesses and so forth that want to come in?
Yes, it is it is sensitive, but trying to figure out a way to disseminate that material.
Okay.
I'm looking into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this something that we can then take off the agenda henceforth?
Yes.
Okay. Airport minimum standards, rules, and regulations.
Mission complete.
Mission complete? Okay. And I think we've talked about this in the past. How are the various users of the airport informed of these minimum operating standards, rules, and regulations? Presumably, they go beyond the FARs. Otherwise, there'd be no point in doing them in the first place. Could just say one line, comply with the FARs. How do we let the folks that are using the airport know what these new rules and regulations are?
That information was handed out via email to all of the tenants under the county's control and the FBOs, and AEB, and I believe any stakeholders. If someone did not get them and they want the rules and regulations, they can contact me, or they're also on the Citrus County's website and the aviation page.
Okay, and those tenants of hangars that are directly managed by the FBOs, is it up to the FBOs to let those tenants know what the new rules are? Or does the county do that as well? Does the county have record of those folks and send it to them as
I would
well?
say it's more of a courtesy, because the option is also just going on Citrus County's website and looking that up as well. But an email to inform them, yes, it would be the FBO, their
Would
tenants.
be the FBO, okay. And have we let the FBOs know that they should in fact do that to protect their client, their tenant's interest? Otherwise, if I don't know that there's something new, I mean, I don't go on the county website on a regular basis. If I don't know there's something new and I suddenly am in violation of something and nobody's told me, I could get kicked off the property at some point.
The FBOs know if they need me to email it again, I can do that. It's no problem. I can also get booklets printed out and just have something stationary, tangible at each airport.
Sure, sure. I don't know how often a hangar tenant goes into the FBO necessarily. Just, I don't know, it just seems to me that it'd be incumbent upon the FBOs to email their tenants to let them know, by the way, there's some new rules in town. But they may not have thought of that. So my thought is, let Wright Rudder and Crystal Air Group know that in writing, that they need to let their tenants know that they need to forward these to the new tenants, just so that everybody's on the same page.
Sure.
I think at that point, we can take this off the agenda as well.
All right.
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Fire station,
Okay.
not an aviation-led project.
Okay. Latest here is a progressive set of plans, maybe 15%, 20%. But we're starting to see that project move in design. There was a little bit of a lag for the past few months, but we're getting back on board. I don't really have anything to show right now, but when I do, I will. And that'll be on the corner of the airport where England Boulevard and 41 meet. Yeah, and they'll have 2 access entrance points onto England Boulevard, and then eventually a light will be at that intersection as well.
Cool.
Will there be a direct connection into the airport?
Yes. As far as what I'm seeing so far, that there will be access to the runway in case of a crash response, so that tells me that preparations of an ARF truck. Yeah.
So question for you relative to that, as you, Heiko stated, it's not led by aviation. Did they also, is there any opportunity, or was there any opportunity for funding from the aviation component?
I believe when this was already contemplated, that the fire department already had their department working on
Oh,
funding.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? No. Thank you. Hangar status report, looks like we're mostly full. A substantial waiting list, a couple of renewals coming up. Anything to add to that?
No.
Okay. Do you want to speak to the BOCC updates?
Yeah, so we just had a few grants that went to the board. That's the Crystal Rivers AWAS grant through FDOT 8020. That was approved. And that's, and then Crystal Rivers Airfield Lightning Project. That was approved. That's another 8020 grant with FDOT. And Inverness's security fencing, and I believe lighting as well, and gates. And that's been approved as well. So that should be, as soon as I get those documents back, hopefully by Friday or early next week, get it off to FDOT, and next thing you know, start getting a budget resolution and work authorization and get moving.
Good deal. Good deal. Okay, major projects. Crystal River Runway extension. A new projected date?
Yes, the new projected date for the EA is September 9th of 2026. So about 6 months have been added to that. And the big complaint is, well, why do we do a pre-EA if now the EA is even longer? The FAA had some changes in rules, as from what I understand. There's more review time, especially with their attorneys, and and they have short staff. Those are the reasons why it has been extended. So my aim is that while this is continuing, what can we do so that when this is complete, we're not waiting another 4, 6 months, whatever, on some process. I want to be ready to go out the door, so trying to do what I can.
Okay.
And it looks like about March, April time of next year is when I can start some of the next processes, but, yeah.
Okay. In other words, getting ducks in a row to start work as soon as the EA is complete, boom, in theory, tractors could come in and start
In
plowing new ground?
In theory, I should probably be a little more clear, is that as soon as we get the FONSI, that's when it's going to allow us to start. And, yeah, we need to go under design. There's construction, there's wetland mitigation, the land acquisition. All these things need to be taken care of.
And so we can start that process before the EA is complete, is what you're saying?
We can select a designer. You can go through that process, but you cannot start work until we have that FONSI. We can't add property onto, for instance, a property acquisition. We can't add property onto it because that would, during the EA, could potentially start the EA all over again, is what my understanding is. So until we get that,
Okay.
yeah.
Crystal River fuel tank replacement. We have a schedule.
We do have a schedule. Working through that's longer than what I wanted, but completion is June 26th of next year. I anticipate that fuel farm being down for 6 months, 5-6 months, starting sometime in February. And so right now I'm working feverishly to find a temporary fuel storage solution so that while these fuel tanks are down, that James can still conduct his business. I should be receiving some quotes by tomorrow and hopefully figure out where this is going to be placed during construction and how operations will continue.
Okay.
Todd?
Yes, sir.
Question, please. What was the budgeted amount and what did the bid amount come in at, just for informational purposes?
Budget amount was a little over $2.1 million. That's not original. The original was about $800,000. And that was before I got here. But the prices have gone up so much that we had to go back to FDOT and ask for more money. So it is up to that much. The current contract is around that. I think we had 2 bids. The first bid was, I think, almost $2.8 million. So, yeah, it's expensive.
Whoa.
Yep.
No kidding.
For 2 12,500 gallon tanks. But we are getting a self-service station. It'll have its own dedicated generator, so if power goes out, so we can still deliver fuel. Yep.
Good deal. Crystal River Aegis survey. We have a schedule for this.
We do. Should be attached in the back. I think it is, should be.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, it is? Okay. No. There.
Just before the budget.
Yes. The crew is supposed to start earlier this week, but they've had some mobility issues. Hopefully, they're going to start next week. And this project is scheduled to be completed by July of next year.
Okay. And that is simply the Aegis survey, after which the FAA will be able to reestablish the approach.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And just to be clear, the opening paragraph of this mentions to reestablish runway 9 approach procedures. We already have approach procedures for runway 9. What we're reestablishing is LNAV, VNAV
Correct.
approach procedures.
Okay.
And that is what the FAA will in fact, so may want to clarify that, just runway 09 LNAV, VNAV approach procedures. Just so somebody reading this doesn't think that we have no approach to runway 9 currently.
Okay. All right. I think that was on another, I'll take care of it.
Cool. All right. Anybody else, anything on that? Inverness Business Park, project is out for bid. Ribbon cutting ceremony to date, a TBD. Will there be cookies?
Cookies, there'll be punch and pie.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we're tentatively looking at November 12th as the groundbreaking ceremony.
Okay.
And that does depend on the bids right now.
Mm-hmm.
Those bids are due November 4th.
And this is the phase 2
Yes,
groundbreaking ceremony. Okay.
correct.
Because we did the phase 1 a year or two ago.
Complete.
Yeah,
Right.
In the past.
at least. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that be before or after our next meeting?
If it's 12, so it'll be.
That is a Wednesday, so it'll be before.
It may be the day before.
Day before.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind sending us an email,
Once you determine.
once that date has been established,
Sure,
date and time,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
absolutely.
Thank you.
It'd be great to see you there.
Excuse me. What's the estimated time for completion?
Is starting, let me answer this in a long way. Starting in, hopefully,
Right.
pre-construction January of next year. And then completion by Q1 of the following year, so 27.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Inverness Corporate Hangar. Executed lease has been filed. So we have the interested party, we've had the executed lease, design is 60% done. When do we think we're gonna start collecting rent?
Q1 2027.
27, okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Is it public knowledge who the new tenant will be?
It is Livewire Aviation.
Okay. Moving on, the Inverness Master Plan and DBE. Completed inventory of existing conditions, aviation forecast, more to follow. Is there any more to follow at this point?
I pretty much gave you everything I know right now. Yeah, the project is scheduled to be completed by December of next year. These master plans can take anywhere from a year to 18 months. And hopefully we get some good forecasting and see how this airport's going to develop.
Cool. No new updates on the Inverness AWAS. We do have an update on the Crystal River AWAS. That FDOT's match grant application go to the BOCC October 7th. It went there.
Yep.
And they approved it, I assume?
Yes, they did.
And now we're going to send that signed agreement to the FDOT, get a work authorization, go out to bid. Do you have any sort of an estimate as to when that will be complete?
Summer of next year. I'm going to try to move this as fast as I can because I want both the Crystal River and Inverness to go out to bid the same time. You get one contractor, the same parts, same AWAS is getting installed, so that it'll cut down on cost for parts.
And you think these can be installed by next summer?
Potentially.
Okay. Very good, that will be good. Minor projects, airport signage, meeting is scheduled to review renderings.
Correct.
And what happens after that?
Well, the idea is once we get something that's presentable, bring it forth to the board here and get your 2 cents. And then eventually it'll go to the BOCC for only 1 cent. And, yeah, and then eventually to the board,
Okay, all right,
or the big board.
the big board. And now the Air Force wants to experiment with the ionosphere at Crystal River as well.
They do. Took a while to find a location. We had to use a different antenna because the larger one that's going to be used at Inverness has a larger footprint. I think it's 200 feet. Excuse me. Land-wide that they have to use. But for Crystal River, right now the location is right next to the corporate hangar, just west of that. There's some asphalt right out there, and I think that'd be a good place to just place that antenna right there, use the power. I've talked to James about it. He doesn't seem to have a problem with it. And they'll be out there for 2 to 3 weeks, and then that's it, gone. And they're just going to continue going west and hit up a bunch of different airports all over the nation.
Okay. Questions, comments, concerns about that? No presentations. We have a new tower coming up.
We do.
And why does it say no tower-related questions, comments, or concerns?
The tower,
Oh, okay, I'm looking at I'm looking at the old one. So, we have a new tower coming up. Just so you know, yesterday, Todd showed me the first map, and it's like, could we zoom out a little bit so we've got some context? And now we have zoomed all the way out to show the entire county, if not surrounding counties. In an ideal world for the future, towers relative to the airports. So if we could see where the airports
Yeah.
are, where the tower is, that's really what we're,
yeah, and you're right, and that was that gentleman's application that's going through this, that's what he submitted. And even I said that, but thank you for
yeah, yeah.
bringing that to my
But
attention.
at least, I mean, it gives us something, something more to look at. That's where that tower is, east of Citrus Springs, west of Citrus Springs, and, yeah, kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Actually, looks like some neighborhoods there, but significantly far from both of the airports.
Correct.
And the height of this tower is pretty gosh darn short. 200 feet above sea level, above the ground, 303 feet above sea level. And they don't plan, okay, so the FAA says we don't need lighting on this because it's too short.
Yeah.
Do you know whether American Towers LLC plans to light this tower? Do we know?
I believe not. If the FAA is telling them not to, then they're not going to spend the money. But
Okay.
I can inquire.
Well, again, at 300 feet, if anybody's scud running at 300 feet over a neighborhood,
Yeah.
they're already doing several other things wrong.
Agreed.
Do they deserve to die as a result? Well, that's another story.
That is.
Very good. Questions about that? Concerns? What do you guys think about lighting?
I think just as a precaution, I agree with you, no one should be flying that low. Obviously, if there's an emergency situation, which no one ever knows,
Yeah.
it would come in handy, just as a point of reference.
Right.
That would be my opinion.
The FAA has determined that, quote unquote, you shouldn't need lighting, but that's not the same thing as saying that lighting would not be in the best interest of aviation safety, and not just aviation, but the safety of those that live there. 5580 West Oak Hill, is that the address of where this tower will be?
Yes.
Okay.
Looks like it's near someone's home.
Sounds like somebody's home, doesn't it? I would argue that it's a sparsely populated area. You can go down as low as 500 feet AGL. So now you've got a 300-foot clearance. Really, there's really not a lot around there to, plenty of room between all the houses and everything. The pilot can crash into the trees if necessary. But,
The question would be, is there any development scheduled for that area?
yeah, I mean, you never know.
No, that's what I'm saying.
As the commissioners keep telling us, growth is coming. Yeah, interest of safety, it would be better to do so. Obviously, the FAA is not requiring it, so it'd be on a voluntary basis from their end. Yeah, if we can point that out. You know, you want to be darn sure nobody hits your tower?
Put a
it
light
up.
on it.
Put a light on it. How hard can it be?
So would you like me to inquire?
Please.
Yes.
No security updates? Nothing to note. Board communication? Throw the meeting open again to the public. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say? I was gonna say.
I can't let the meeting go by.
I know.
Barry Steins, President, EA, Chapter 1674. One question I just have, I don't know if this is a possibility, but it would be nice if, like, when new people sign a lease for a hangar, if we could ask them if they'd like to be contacted by our chapter, to, like, let them know what we do. Because there's people we've met, or that may have been on the airport 6 months before they even knew we existed. It's better now that we have the signs, they can see them, but not everybody's paying attention to those, so it'd just be nice, and just optional, we're not trying to like force them, but if they're interested, we could reach out to them, give them a little welcoming, or even just a welcoming in general, because we get some new people coming into the area and they're not really familiar with it, and just kind of got a feel for people that are always around there, because like, you know, John and myself are there at Emirates a lot, and, you know, we kind of have an eye of what's going on around there. And some people just want to know, you know, is their plane safe? It's like, yes,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
there a lot. And there's cameras around too. So just kind of let them know the lay of the land and the airport. I mean, I can only tell more for Emirates, but I'm not as familiar with Crystal River.
Right,
but
right. No,
It'd
absolutely.
be good too if we could
absolutely.
do something like that, you know, to make people more welcoming and try and encourage them to use their planes a little more. Because we have some people that they don't fly their planes much, but if you give them an excuse, like, let's do a fly out, let's go do something like that, maybe they would fly it more and bring some more aviation interest into the community.
Okay.
So that's just my suggestion.
Would you like me to look into see if I can put a link on the aviation's
Yeah, I mean,
website
that
for
could,
EAA Chapter
yeah,
16?
that could be too. I just know, like you said, when you're going through the application, you have to sign that and be like, just kind of make it aware, hey, there's a local EA chapter, they're in aviation, they do flyouts, fly-ins also, and just to see if they're, you know, trying to be more welcoming, and that's, I guess, what I'm trying to get.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Barry.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? Daniel, Alex, nothing? You came all the way here. Okay. Anything else from the board? Todd? Hannah? Nothing? Okay. In that case, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Gene?
Second.
Second by Mark. Discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.